What up, what up, what up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Ravens Roundup. And you see we have 4 of our 6. We may have more than that, we may not, but depends on what it is. We're going to get it in T way.
I think this is going to be it, Coach. Mikey said he's still at work.
Oh, well, these are the 4 you got. So we're going to dive right into it shortly. But first of all, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Who we got in? We got Rave Kingdom coming in. Coming off this hot phone exercise from earlier today. He's probably still exercising and getting loose and bouncing back off of that. Brave Kingdom came through with the hotness, and even though he was a little emotional, he was 100% right on everything he said. So if you didn't get a chance to check that out, make sure you go check that out at a later time, not right now. What up, Malik? What up, oh, Jose, you in here? Oh, is that B?
That's me.
Okay. What up, Daniel Berry? Jeremiah Barnes, what up, John? What's good? Appreciate you guys for coming through. And let me get this time started. Why my time ain't started? It just froze. It froze on me. There we go. Now we're rolling. So that's the kind of frame that we're gonna work with. So as that countdown, as it get closer to 0, depending on where we're at, we're going to cut this thing short. So we're going to try to stay around an hour because that's kind of like the attention span of everybody, right about an hour. So we're going to try not to go over that. But before we get into all that, toast. And this is one of the few times we're going to toast on a loss. Because this is the opening of the season. This is the toast to open the season. We're not toasting because we lost. We're toasting to open the season. Now, any other time we lose, you won't get a toast. I'll just be over here drinking. Okay, so you won't get a toast. But today, salute to everybody. Salute to opening week 1 of the NFL season. And welcome back to another episode of Ravens Roundup. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into it after we introduce everybody and let the new people know, because we got an influx of new people coming in. Let them know where they can, find people's work and what they got going on. So we'll start with you, Hendo. What's going on?
Whoa. I'm Hendo. Rogue Paul. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you get social media, wherever you do anything, you can find me at the Rogue Pod. I just do videos. I put them out. I try to put them out every other day, but I'm working on something real epic. I just need y'all to check that out when you catch this one.
All right.
It's my acting debut.
No, it's not your acting debut. Nope. Your acting debut was with the Lions thing last year.
Oh yeah.
That was this might be your this might be your second act.
My second one, but this
your
is
second act.
This was gonna be a real. Yeah, I'm gonna portray one of y'all favorite people.
Okay. That's gonna be super epic because I gotta I know it's one of 2 people. I ain't gonna ask. I ain't gonna even ask when we get off, but I'm just gonna wait on the video. But I know it's one of 2 people. I just know it is. And it's gonna, like he said, it's gonna be epic.
It's gonna be funny.
But let's get into lunch break hot take. What y'all got going on down there?
That's the thing, right? Then so right. Followed up with the overtime stroke. And we got lots of how we feel out here about that. There's a lot to discuss.
I'm definitely going to tune in to that because I ain't know nothing about that second part.
About that as well. Also, if you're into boxing, bring these podcasts. Mike here right now, working, right? But out podcast, Mike,
Facts. Let me get myself situated over here. Chris, what y'all got going over there?
Hey man, we the content pumping machine down at Deep Cover. I think we're gonna record an episode tomorrow, and after that they're just gonna start pumping out. We're gonna have like a solid 7 for you this season, maybe. So you definitely look out for that.
Speaking of, so since we both of us here, we can go ahead and kind of announce this little tidbit that Chris and myself, we're gonna bring y'all a little chalk talk on Wednesdays. What we're gonna do is we're gonna lead y'all into your show at 7:15. So me and Chris, and ain't nothing changed on you have it, Chris?
No.
Okay, so yeah, we Wednesdays at 6:30-ish. We're gonna lead on up into lunch break hot take. So you come in for me and Chris, talk a little bit about what went on, in the game, and we'll have different. We're working out the particulars, but it's gonna be me and Chris talking about the X's and O's of what we saw from the Sunday or Thursday or Wednesday or Tuesday before, and it's gonna lead right into lunch break hot take show. So that's what we got going on. Just like I used to take the countdown and lead into y'all show. Now we're just gonna lead into that way and keep it pushing like that. So that's I look forward to that on Wednesdays at 6:30-ish. 6:30-ish. The ish. Heavy on the ish. All right. So with that being said, man, let's dive on into this Ravens game. Give a few particulars about the game once I get them up. We lost 27-20. Everybody know the little last foot inch shoe size thing tore on the line or whatever. But Lamar had 16 carries, 122 yards. Henry had 13 for 46. Lamar also threw 21 for 41, 273 yards with a touchdown, a 90.8 passer rating. Isaiah Likely 9 catches, 111. Bateman 2 for 53. Hill 6 for 52. Flower 6 for 37. And Andrews 2 for 14. Defensively, nobody really stood out. Rowe had an interception. Trent Simpson had a half a sack. Nomni Matabike had a half a sack, and Ojabo had a sack. Injured Bo had a sack. I got some questions for the guys, and I just want to throw that out there. And they, we've talked about them, but not a little bit, but I've showed them to them. But this is the question for the guys and for everybody. And this is what's one of the things that's been bothering me since Thursday that I just can't. Like, the only person that I've seen through my feeds tell the truth about this thing is Chase Daniel. There's this narrative that Lamar Jackson played bad. I think that's a crappy take. Are you guys hearing this? And if so, what do you think about it?
Here and there. Yeah, your boy Mahomes missed throws too. Mahomes almost gave up the game at the end. All right, neither, they weren't perfect out there. I don't expect anybody week one to play perfect, other than Derek Carr, I guess. But
of all people,
all right. No, he didn't play bad. I mean, he's the reason why we had a chance at the end of the game. So I mean. Those goofy takes out there, I don't pay no mind to them.
Hey, I got a question. Can y'all hear Jose? Because I just got a message saying that he's kind of low.
It's good.
I'm low.
Oh, I turned it up.
Oh, okay.
I turned it up.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been saying that narrative all week long. Of course, a lot of it's coming from Ravens fans, surprisingly. And the thing is, most people need to find a scapegoat. Because they don't want to blame the real culprit. They don't want to say, well, you know what, Lamar didn't have the time. Lamar doesn't have the pieces to kind of work with that other teams have. So they got to blame him to take over the shortcomings from other people. Now, even in John Harbaugh's presser, he was like, oh, man, crowd noise. This is why we had Justice Hill blocking Chris Jones. Well, he blocked him 3 out of 4 snaps. So miss me with that bull stuff. But, yeah, this man, without Lamar – any other quarterback, we wouldn't have been in that game. We wouldn't have came back in that game. We didn't have a run game. Wide receivers outside of Isaiah Likely were pretty much null and void. Todd Monken, for the most part, tried to do what he can with the quick throws because he knew the offensive line wasn't working. But no other quarterback can do what Lamar does with the little bit he has to work with. So, yeah, you know, they're going to talk about Lamar because they're trying to boost up their quarterbacks. Did a video today about Joe Burrow, 164 yards passing. He missed a lot of throws. Patrick Mahomes missed throws. Josh Allen misses throws. But for some reason, they accentuate what Lamar does because they don't want to give him the props that he truly deserves.
True that. True that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, you know, like Jose said, is Lamar is box office. So whenever you speak negatively of him, you know that that's going to get a reaction out of people. So it's like I don't even really pay attention to that stuff. I just look at, you know, what's going on the field. You know, why is something happening? Not like, oh, he's playing terribly, he's playing bad. Like, nah, it's can he make some better throws on certain plays? Of course, every quarterback can, like Jose and Hendo said. You know, but I think we look for reasons deeper. Like, why is he missing those throws?
Mm-hmm.
Why is he not big game hunting like the way that he used to? Like, you go back to 2019 in or Louisville, and he's a big game hunter. And when I say that is when the ball is snapped, he's looking for the home runs.
Yep.
You know, but with the offensive line that he's had over the past few seasons, he's kind of had to go away from that now. And that's why you see the quick passes to Isaiah Likely, Justice Hill, Zay, because he doesn't have time to do that big game hunting like he used to. So it's a multitude of reasons why you see some of the inconsistent plays and some of those things. But to say that he had a bad game, it's like, nah, you weren't watching the game.
Facts.
Right.
One more thing, Coach. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
One more thing. One last thing that people don't look at is fatigue. Just look at the last drive. Like everything he had to do throughout that game. Once you get to the end of a game, you're tired. And your mechanics suffer when you're tired. Like you can't go out there and throw the perfect pass. Now, should he have made a couple of those throws? Maybe. But when you have to do literally everything on the field, like sometimes at the end of games, you just don't have the energy, especially being the first game of the season. His legs aren't all the way up under him because, of course, John Harbaugh doesn't play anybody during the preseason. So this is his real first game action. And in his first game action, he damn near had to play the full 60 minutes.
Right. And the thing is, inside of that, he's not just dropping back, you know, drop back, drop it off, drop back, drop it off. Maybe a run or two here. This cat is, if you could see the GPS numbers from Lamar, I'm guarantee you he had way more like actual yards ran than anybody out there. Because he was running pretty much almost every play, whether it was a design run, whether it was a read and he pulled and kept it, or he just had to scramble. Like when he made that pass to Likely, I just said to stop like in my stream and watch party, and I had to just take in how good this dude is. Because he's basically out there with 2 O linemen in front of him. And we're going toe to toe with the world champs. Yeah, no, I said world champs. Toe to toe.
That's right.
So
I don't think people understand how hard it is to be the leading rusher for your team and be the quarterback. Right? That's a lot. And not have an O-line that you can really put your trust into.
And that's how
Not
he
yet,
had
anyway.
played he was being Superman. He had to. And I am a proponent, like I despise him doing Superman stuff when he don't have to. But he had to because there was no other way for us to even, we got blowed out if he didn't. All them third downs where he made it help us stay on the field and keep drives going. Like we got a third down where we got a pass interference or something, and then we got that one of those lining up penalties. He comes right back, and in the past, y'all know this didn't used to happen. He came right back and threw a dime to Zay to complete that first down. That's crazy. So that's a different QB from what we used to seeing, and people just gotta, you know, take in what you got and realize it, because whenever he moves, you know, on from football or whatever, you're gonna be wishing everybody ain't gonna be Green Bay and get lucky 3 times in a row. So.
Yeah,
I think he played phenomenal. Did he miss? I don't know. If Chris Jones running down, I'm gonna throw that something in a way too.
I wanted to ask y'all about that, especially Chris and Coach, man. Like, he said that he was looking for Bateman on that play. I didn't go back and look at the replay to see if Bateman was open or I didn't see where he was at on the play. I saw that, you know, he said that Zay Flowers kind of came open late or he thought Bateman was going to be there. I don't know. Like, did you guys get to look at that?
Yeah, Bateman flashed, but I don't like. It would have had to been a crazy throw to Bateman because Bateman kept going too.
Okay.
No, he stopped.
Bateman did stop.
So they had him bracketed to the left side. The way he was coming in, Lamar thought he was going to cut in, but Bateman just stopped and stood there and just looked.
Maybe he saw. Did he see Zay Flowers coming? Like coming?
He saw him. He said he saw him late.
Okay.
You remember that?
I was wondering, was that true? Go ahead, Chris. My bad.
No, you good. You're a Miami fan. You saw that catch that that dude Restrepo had where he had to like turn all the way back.
Yes.
I think that's what Lamar was thinking. Bateman was going to do, like kind of peel back a little bit because from what Lamar said, the linebacker's back was turned.
Mm-hmm.
So he thought since Bateman was kind of running in, he was going to stop and kind of stretch back and get that ball like that. But I don't know. It seemed like from what Lamar said, you know, like when you like if you're playing ball and you're going to take a shot and then you see somebody like coming off the pick, like they rolling. And they come open and you go to throw them the pass, but you like in between shooting and passing and you end up shooting an air ball.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what happened with Lamar. If he was looking at Bateman and then he saw Zay flash and then he kind of just like airmailed it a little bit because he saw Zay. I wonder if that sort of happened to him. He got caught in between.
It's when I heard the recording, first off, I ain't really believe the recording. But then when he mentioned, if it's true, when he mentioned Bateman, I'm like, well, where did Bateman come from? I didn't see Bateman at all until I went back and saw it. I saw Bateman flash, but I didn't realize that he potentially could have been a target. But we'll put a pin in there and we'll come back to it because I'm downloading the all 22 now. I had it on my laptop, but I didn't have it on my matter of fact, I already got it downloaded.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it. I'm downloading it now. We'll put a pin in and come back to that. We'll go to the second question when I get it up. Second question. What do you think about the usage of said King Henry?
Oh man, baby, we in the playoffs, baby. We in the playoffs all over again. Hey, John Harbaugh said it. What the hell we look like running Derrick Henry 30 times? You know, the system is to run Lamar. He got his touchdown in his couple yards. Let him go. Like, nah. Listen, Derrick Henry is a volume back. The longer the game goes, the stronger that he gets. And for us to go away from him, and I understand the offensive line wasn't blocking, but you have to at least give him the attempts. Mm-hmm. Let him see what he can do. Let him wear down that defensive line. But instead, no, we just go back to what we know. And that's why Jose's always said we have lazy coaching. Instead of drawing up plays, we just say, Lamar, go win the game. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's basically what they did, man. Like, I understand the offensive line is still developing, but that's the line that they chose, right? That's the line they said we're going to roll out there with that. No, we're not going to bring back Kevin Zeitler. No, we're not going to bring back Morgan Moses, right? Like, we're going to let them walk and we're going to let our young guys cook. Well, they out there. You know exactly what you have. You can't bail. You don't bail on what you do in week one. You want to be a defensive, run the ball team. You brought in Derrick Henry. Despite the fact that Saquon Barkley was available, despite the fact that DeAndre Swift was available, Josh Jacobs, all these guys that me and B said, you probably should look at those guys first. They could have helped you a little bit more. You want to go with King Henry. Give him the rock. I don't want to hear the excuse, right? Like, the second half, I thought would have been perfect for him to get loose because I thought the defense for the Chiefs was getting tired towards the end of the second half. You see guys with hands on their hips, they breathing heavy. I'm like, this is the time to give Derrick Henry the ball. But of course, they came out there in the first half, the Chiefs, and they scored a touchdown. And whenever we go down, our coach panics. So he completely abandoned the run. Can't abandon the run. That's what you want to do. You give Derrick the ball and let him wear down that defense. I think had he stuck to that plan, I would have liked our chances a little bit better.
Yeah. Going back to his pen real quick. Can you see that, Chris?
See what?
Can you see the screen? Yeah, is it showing y'all the screen? Can y'all see the screen? No. Yeah, y'all can't see nothing?
No.
Okay, 1 second.
I can see it on YouTube.
No, I can hook you up. 1 second. One second. I could hook you up. I figured it out last time, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I figured it out. Let me get up. I don't want to do that. Settings. Share. Main screen. What about now?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So that's Bateman and Zay are like right in line right now. And Lamar's getting ready to throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the back is, the linebacker's back is turned. So,
That's Bateman on the left.
Bateman is the one that's kind of blurry.
Yep, I see him.
And then Zay is right behind him coming across the back of the end zone.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, they on the left side of the screen. Yeah, top left.
Yep.
But kind of behind. Well, I don't know if you can see me or not, but behind me. For the people that's watching. So I guess Bateman was an option. I didn't think Bateman was that close. I didn't, wasn't paying attention to it that hard. But
the way that he was running, I thought he was going to cut in, and then he just stopped and was like, "Not today. Time to have my 2 catches."
let me see what he do with this ball. And it's perfectly between both of them too. I don't mean to laugh, but it's right smack between both of them.
It's like what Chris said. He was going to Bateman, but he saw Zay flash, and I guess he just threw it in between both of them.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But back to the second question. I'm sorry. Did you get a chance? Did everybody get a chance to answer that second question about the usage of Derrick Henry?
No, I didn't.
Go ahead, Chris.
To me, that's the main concern for me is the usage of Derrick Henry. I don't mind mixing in Justice Hill because he does add something different than Henry does, especially in the passing game, and just with speed and burst. We saw that on a few third downs. But I want to see Henry, kind of mixed into the passing game as well. I mean, he doesn't have to just be a runner, but if you tipping off to the defense that Justice Hill is in, I mean, they don't really have to play the run.
Right.
When Derrick Henry's in, his ball's to the wall. All right, we're gonna sell out for this run.
Mm-hmm.
I think obviously as a offensive mind, you want to keep the defense as off balance as possible. So kind of mixing those in with you have Derrick Henry kind of getting some of those dump off passes and stuff like that, and just stretching the field at least horizontally with him, because now you got to worry about your secondary having to make those tackles instead of your defensive linemen and linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get them on their heels if they see Justice Hill is in because they think it's a pass, but then you can mix in a run here and there. So it's just like run
his own stuff.
Yeah, and it's a little bit you tipping your hand too much, and especially with a defensive coordinator like Steve Spagnuolo. I mean, he's gonna pick up on that probably before you even do it.
Right.
So that they need to figure that out. Obviously, I'm not saying anything groundbreaking here, but they have to figure out how this marriage is going to work. Just being able to run, with conducive to their style, and then also Derrick Henry's style, because it's not just going to be like a video game where, all right, we got Derrick Henry, we're going to make it work, we're going to do whatever we got to do. It's going to have to be a strategic placement, and it's not just going to be a easy, this guy is good, so let's just run him down the middle.
I agree 100%. And I know we had the UDFA, I think his name was Kelly, as the third back, because they put Rasheen Ali on IR, dare I say? Did they put him on IR?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be careful, because we went from what we thought was going to be one of the better backfields in the league to very, very thin real quick. Especially with Owen Wright breaking his wrist or whatever he broke, his foot or whatever he broke in the preseason, because he probably was going to be number 3. Rasheen Ali with phantom injuries, probably because he fumbled that ball in the preseason that they didn't call a fumble. John Kelly's a practice squad guy, so I guess John's trying to preserve Henry. I guess that's what his thought process was for saying what he said at the press. I haven't watched it, but you told me and DDSQ told me what he said, and which is crazy. The thing is, even with his usage, okay, he get 13 carries. 11 of them carries need to be outside zone.
Something.
What
If
he
we had
he ripped Kansas City running outside zone in Tennessee. So 11 of them 13 should have been outside zone or 10. But go ahead, Jose. I'm sorry.
No, I was cutting you off. I'm sorry. If he had Saquon or Josh Jacobs, are we worried about usage?
No.
No.
No. Right. And they were available. Like that's my whole issue I have with this front office. Like you're going with what you think the cheaper option is, the older option. Why? You get a guy who can't help or you refuse to even let him try to help in the pass game, right? You're worried about his usage. How does that help the team? How is that a big time acquisition if you're bringing him in here just for 13 carries a game?
And I know what they think they thinking. We're gonna save them for the playoffs and be fresh. Bleepity bleep bleep. You got to get to the playoffs first.
But listen, you're saving his usage at the expense of Lamar. That's where the issue lies.
We can win games without Henry.
Yes.
We ain't win without 8.
But we got a Tyler Huntley.
J.K. Dobbs looked good as well this week.
True.
I don't know if anybody saw that.
Yeah, he did.
Got away from this training staff.
He was familiar with the plays.
Yeah. He said, "This time I know I'm getting the ball. Ain't no hiding."
Gus, you number 2 now, buddy. Third question. Was this an anomaly, or is Isaiah Likely the new number 1 tight end in Baltimore?
Ooh. So I asked Hendo this. I think I brought it up after the game. I don't know if Mark Andrews is 100%, man. They say he is. I don't think he is. He wasn't getting he was kind of coming out the game earlier, right, when Isaiah Likely was out there, and I thought maybe he got hurt or he wasn't going to play. I wasn't sure, but that one catch where he caught the ball and fell down, I'm like, man, this reminds me of Dennis Pitta. Right. I sat there, I froze for a minute just to make sure he would get up because he was kind of slow getting up. I was like, this is exactly how Dennis Pitta broke his hip. All right. So I was like, man, I hope there's nothing wrong with him, but he got up. I just don't feel like he's 100%. I think that's what it is. I think look, Likely is likely to answer the question. Likely, yes, I think he has arrived. Mark Andrews might still be the man once he gets to 100%. That's my hope. I just I don't know. But Likely, yeah, he looks like the real deal.
Hendo, Brave Kingdom said he dropped $2. He said, no, Hendo. We got Devin Leary. Rock on.
It's Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary.
He's a comedian.
We got Dennis Leary. But my thing is, while I get that situated, I saw some people trying to push back off of what trying to disregard Likely's performance and saying that Mark's okay and he just got they were guarding him. No, not really. They know we like to throw the ball in the middle of the field.
Right.
So so Mark goes to the middle of the field and freelances. So they covered it. That's what it was. Mark's bread and butter is the middle of the field. They weren't necessarily covering Mark. They were covering where we traditionally like to throw the ball. So we got it to a guy in space, and he did what he needed to do. And my thing is, you get the ball to a guy in space that can make people miss. That's a totally different ball game than throwing to a guy and he's just gonna pretty much go down. Them 8-yard catches turn into 30-yard catches instead of 8-yard catches. Did you see what Likely did with the ball with the touchdown?
Yep.
Can 8 or 9 do that?
No.
If there's nobody in front of him.
And I say this. I do not hate Mark Andrews. I like Mark Andrews. I think like me and Brian used to go back and forth because when I said Mark Andrews was top tier tight end. So I don't hate Mark Andrews or nothing like that. So don't get it twisted. but I just think Likely is the new and improved version. Likely is a PlayStation 5.
Really?
Mark's
You look good, man.
PS4.
Really?
That didn't look like a fluke game. That's all I'm saying.
Coach,
Yeah.
I'm not to agree with you. 100% correct. Listen, not only do I think that Mark Andrews, I think even before he broke his leg last season, he still wasn't right. Then you come back with the leg injury last season against the Bengals. Then you go to the car accident that he had right during training camp. I don't think he's 100% healthy, and I don't know if he's ever going to get back to 2021 Mark Andrews. I think that's done. And like you said, Isaiah Likely, he may not be Lamar's favorite target for the moment, but Lamar knows once he gets him the ball, he's going to make something happen. Whether he's going to stiff arm somebody or he's got that wiggle. Mark Andrews doesn't have wiggle. Mark Andrews is just straight line. I'm getting open, whatever. Likely hit him on the screen or whatever. He's going to make some people miss. So it might be a change of the guard in Baltimore.
So you're saying Mark Andrews is the Devin Duvernay of tight ends?
I'm not saying that, Coach. Listen, Mark Andrews top 3 tight end, not number 3, or 2 or 1, or 4 or 5.
Well, how can you be top 3 and you're not 4, 5, or 6?
We using new math.
It's still. So do you think he's still top 10?
Huh?
That's a legit question.
Before the season, I would have said yes.
After one game,
he doesn't look right, Coach. Like, I'm not saying he can't still play. He just doesn't look as fluid as he once did.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. Chris, what you think?
You muted.
My bad, there was some noise outside. I think it's going to be a week by week thing. I think you'll see, crazy weeks from Mark. I think you're going to see crazy weeks from Likely.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be a pick your poison kind of deal. I think both could be maybe top 10 tight ends in the league by the time the season's done. I really do believe that, especially if the Ravens continue to utilize them. But I don't think Mark is just going to go away. That chemistry with Lamar is too much. But, going to what Hendo said, we don't know the severity of that car crash.
Right.
We don't know the severity of that. So something could still be lingering because we don't know exactly what happened, what got injured, why he was out. We don't know exactly the case with that. But, if they're both healthy, I think they could both finish out as top 10 tight ends, especially with the way Lamar likes to attack and their strengths. Because we know Mark is middle of the field, that area.
Mm-hmm.
Likely he's that dude. He could take that, that short pass and create something after the catch or make a big play down the field. So, I think they complement each other really well. So I think you can use both and still have them both be, really top contributors in your offense.
So it's safe to say that this wasn't one of those raw room car crashes from Mark Andrews.
The what?
Yeah. This is not one of those raw room car crashes from Mark Andrews. You know that story?
Mm-hmm.
So you know the podcast Raw Room with Jalen Mills.
Yeah. Jalen, the LSU dude.
Yeah, one of the coaches for the Panthers, and got an O lineman on that too. But it's called Raw Room.
King Dunlap, I think.
King Dunlap. So anyway, they said they were talking about people trying to avoid fines. And they were saying the fines in college is different from the fines in the NFL. They say in college you just go run some stadiums, whatever. They're saying in NFL, jokers would wreck their car before they be late for a meeting. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna miss it." Skirt. Wreck their car. Be like, they'd rather pay that. They'd rather wreck their car than to pay that $24,000 or whatever the fine is for missing a meeting. And so what I was saying was safe to say this wasn't one of those raw room crashes.
Okay. Yeah.
Jalen Collins. Okay, Jerry said Jalen Collins. My bad. Jalen Collins. But yeah, that's the podcast I was talking about. All right. So off of Mark. What's the next one? The next one is Oh. All right. So here we go. Take a deep breath, y'all three. Give me your honest thoughts. Your honest thoughts about this offensive line. Chat box 2. Give me your honest thoughts about the offensive line.
Can I go first?
Sure.
Shout out to Ronnie Stanley and Tyler Linderbaum. It was. I'm gonna start with Ronnie because I'm just happy that Ronnie is. I mean, he's not all pro Ronnie. Let's not get it twisted.
Mm-hmm.
He's not all pro Ronnie, but it was good to see Ronnie get bulled and him be able to anchor and set his feet. Because last year there was a play during the Chiefs game where he got bulled and he took a couple steps back, but he was able to anchor down. Last year, if that same play happens, he gets pushed right into Lamar's lap.
Yep.
So that was encouraging to see. I'm super happy about that. Linderbaum, he had like one bad highlight play, low light play. But after that, he was phenomenal as usual. Just steady Eddie as can be. Rosengarten, obviously, he terrible first NFL snap of his career, first snap. But we know that's gonna, those type of things are gonna happen. You're going up against Chris Jones. I mean, like we know there's gonna be growing pains. He's a rookie, second round rookie at that. So we know that there's gonna be some bumps and bruises there. The guards. Andrew Voorhees, I can live with the ups and downs as well with him because he did show flashes in that game. There was some quality reps against Chris Jones. There was some other quality reps as far as picking up blitzers. So I give him a bit of a pass because there's going to be growing pains with that because this is his rookie year. So I give him the same grace I give Rosengarten. The big what the hell, man? Lele.
Big Dan.
It's just I don't see it with him. I think I tend to be more on the glass half full when it comes to looking at players. With him, I can't get there, man. Like it's frustrating to watch him because he has the physical skills, like he has the tools to be better than he is. His brain just doesn't match up with what should be going on the field. Because he's a big dude, but I mean he's fairly athletic for somebody that's that big. Like he's not a slouch athletically, but it's just the game is too fast for him. Like it's way too fast for him. It was too fast for him on the outside, and they put him on the inside. And the game is even faster when you go inside.
Right.
And it's just difficult to really have optimism when it comes to him and his progression because what is this, year 3 for him?
Yep.
And I know this is his first time playing guard, but I don't know, man. I do not see it with this dude. And I'm somebody who came around on liking Ben Cleveland. And so if I came around on liking Ben Cleveland and I still haven't found it yet with Lele, it's gonna be trouble. But as a whole, I think they did settle down in the second half more than they did in the first half. So let's see if just the cohesiveness and actually playing a full game together, because they haven't played any preseason games. So I want to see how this group could potentially get better together. But the run blocking is definitely a major problem because those were few and far between when it comes to like the good. Because you could see some good in pass blocking out of the group as a whole. Like you could see some good. Obviously, there was some breakdowns. There was some one-on-one misses, but as a whole, you could see some good there. But at the run blocking, it was horrendous.
Definitely. Hendo, Jose.
Listen, if Chris got a problem with you, you know it's something wrong. Because Chris finds the positive in everybody. So if he ain't really got a positive to say about you, you a problem. But me, Stanley, solid. Linderbaum, star. The one that I have the biggest problem with is, remember back in the day when you used to take a girl to the mall and you used to go like the Sears or whatever and take the pictures, and your girl would lay on the ground and have her feet in the air. That was Pat McCarry. Laying on the ground with his feet, just swinging his feet in the air, talking about, I wonder what I'm going to do today. And that's why they brought in Rosengarten. Like, they did get better in the second half. Now, to me, I wonder how much of that had to do with them actually just getting game time experience and getting better, or with Lamar running this defense ragged and them getting tired. So we'll see in the second game, because we got Christian Wilkins and Max Crosby. So we'll see something a little bit different. But just to think about, this is the team that Eric DeCosta went into the season with and was like, yeah, I'm gonna take my chance with that. This looks really good to me. Like, it's crazy. It is crazy. And if it's Harbaugh to come out today and say, I looked around the league and all the other offensive lines were looking like that, like, they try to make,
not the Eagles,
bruh. They try to make every excuse that they can to make these guys better than what they are. It's okay to say we tried and failed. Well, up until now, because it's only one game, but we tried and it's not looking good right now. We're going to get better. We're going to try, but just to keep pumping these guys up, like, we might have a serious problem. But they were ass, straight like that.
Yeah, no, they were good. No, what are you gonna say, Coach?
No, I'm just going to hit that comment real quick. Marco G dropped 2. He said, while Justice saw his life flash before his eyes while blocking Chris Jones, while Lele was literally blocking both Air and Casper the Ghost. Appreciate the news, Marco.
Hey, shout out to Justice Hill, because he did what he had to do.
Yeah,
3 times.
And we know Justice is known for messing some blocks up.
Coach, he did his thing 3 times.
I know. Salute Justice.
He's been working. He's been working.
They might as well put him at right guard.
Man, listen, look. Rosengarten, Voorhees, even Falele. Like, I don't have any beef with those guys, man. Like, they're going to develop. I mean, Falele will get better. How much better? I don't know. Voorhees, Rosengarten, they'll get better. My beef, spoiler alert, is with EDC. Okay,
we knew that was coming.
Like, I thought we were competing for a Super Bowl. That's what I thought, right? I didn't know that we were trying to get young and develop guys. Which is, if that's the case, then why are you bringing in Derrick Henry? Why don't you just draft a running back and let the team develop, or bring in a younger running back, right? Like, I thought we were trying to win a Super Bowl. If this is the O-line that you're going to roll out there, bring back the guys from last year, because yes, they got better in the second half, but Monken's also changing the scheme. He's trying to get the ball out of Lamar's hands quicker. He's calling for more screen passes. That's the most screen passes I've ever seen under this regime, right?
You almost had to.
No. Like, he did the right thing by making those play calls, right? Like, you're coming up with ways to protect Lamar and those young O-linemen. If we're doing that with the O-line group that was here last year, we execute a lot better. We look a lot better. You're able to run a lot better. So why'd you rush Kevin Zeitler out of here? He wasn't getting paid that much. Why'd you trade away Morgan Moses for nothing?
All right, that's you can stop right there. No go no further.
I purposely didn't say the other guy's name.
Okay.
But would you rather him? Would you rather him or Falele?
Different positions.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, see, I was going to weasel my way out of that one.
So, I mean, okay, if he's the only one that goes and we put Voorhees there, we're in a much better position than we are right now. I heard that I hadn't even heard it before when EDC was saying, hey, give these guys a year, they're gonna be solid next year. I don't want to hear that. We're trying to win now.
Right.
You're not developing the team for later. You're trying to win right now. Like, don't bring in Derrick Henry, right? Don't re-up Matabike. You know what I'm saying? Like, Don't bring back Marlowe if you're trying to go young.
Right.
You know, like you're trying to do it halfway, and this is what me and B say about this organization, how they don't support Lamar. That's not supporting Lamar. Like, I mean, we're making jokes about it, but as the season goes on, if they don't get better, I mean, that's what gets Lamar hurt. Right? He can't keep doing
efforts like he did Thursday. He can't do that.
He can't do that every game.
He's not gonna survive.
No. So they have to get better soon, and they have to start handing the ball off to Derrick Henry. That's what's going to protect them.
I agree. I agree. If you can see, can y'all still see the screen behind? Can you still see the screen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is, everybody, if you don't know, this is Roger Rosengartner's first snap as a NFL player.
Why you do that? Why you do that?
The guy in front of him is Christopher Jones from Houston, Mississippi.
Why you do that?
Up. Lamar checked. Yeet. Not only did he go past Roger Rosengartner, which expected, his help was not help, which we know who the help was.
He high-fived him.
Yeah, he slapped hands as they go by.
And then what was funny was Jones started. He was like, "Nah, I want to be over Falele."
Right.
Towards the end of the game, he was like, "Nah, that's barbecue chicken right
Barbecue chicken, baby."
there." I said, "I
So
want that."
he didn't pick the rookie Voorhees on the other side.
No, and Voorhees had a couple of reps where he handled him. So, you know, he was like, "Nah, I want that Polynesian."
I need that fresh meat.
That Polynesian sauce. You have to go with my chicken nuggets. But and just keep in mind, while you got Karlaftis here and you got Chris Jones here, you're finna get something similar, but you're gonna get Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins. So just flip the effectiveness, because Max is probably a little bit more effective than, well, a lot bit more effective than Karlaftis, but I don't think Christian is as effective as Chris Jones. So just flip them two, and you still, like you said, I don't think we have as much to worry about them offensively, even though Devontae can get hot in a heartbeat. Yeah. But their D line with those two guys still worry me.
Hey man, why the hell was Chris Jones playing so damn hard? Like, you never see him playing that hard unless it's the playoffs. I'm like, yo, take a break, man.
Barbecue chicken.
Even pursuing.
What's Calvin said? Fresh meat on the line.
No, even like pursuing plays. Like he was going sideline to sideline that game, and I was like, damn, this dude is in playoff mode week 1.
I think that organization, that team, has a better understanding of what they need, right, and a bigger sense of urgency when it needs to happen. In general, they're not that worried about the beginning of the season, right? They're saving it towards the end. But this is a team that they figure they're gonna have to see down the stretch, and they want to stay at least one game ahead of them so they can get home field advantage. So if they were playing anybody else, I don't think they come out that strong. Right, but because it was us, it was all hands on deck.
Probably think that we their biggest threat too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think we're their biggest threat. All right, let's flip on the other side of the ball.
Who's our biggest threat, Coach?
Jose's people.
Okay, I was gonna say John Harbaugh.
That's Jose's people. Jose's people. Let's talk about Zach Orr. What y'all think about Zach Orr's first showing as a the defensive coordinator? Like the good and the bad from Zach Orr this week.
Not great. I have more expectations for the defense, obviously, because that's where we spend most of our resources. I understand that's his first game coaching as the defensive coordinator, but you have Kyle Hamilton, you got Roquan Smith, you got Justin Madubuike, you got Marlon Humphrey,
Nnamdi.
I'm sorry, Nnamdi Madubuike, Marcus Williams. These are all guys that have played together. So there shouldn't be, in my opinion, that much of a drop off. That misassignment where Marla let Xavier Worthy, go up top and there's no safety help. I just don't think that should happen with this unit. So yeah, I'm going to judge them a little harder. I'm not going to crush them over it either. It is week 1, but that unit, I don't care who the defensive coordinator is. Like, they need to take ownership of that defense, and they need to be on the same page. That can never happen, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think I take it with a grain of salt because it first game at Arrowhead, against probably one of the greatest offensive minds the game has seen, and probably top 2 greatest quarterbacks when it's all said and done, maybe one. Obviously, we're going to see those breakdowns, and they were just rotating so many people in the secondary, especially like Jalen Almar Davis was going in, Eddie Jackson was going in. They had Nate Wiggins coming in, so rotating so many dudes and not having that time together, because on the field you got to have that communication on point.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw that early in Mike McDonald's era, when in his first year, where there were communication breakdowns, and there's going to be those growing pains. But for taking into account that this group hadn't had a game together, and the circumstances of week 1 and where they were playing, I thought they had a fairly good plan. It was just those stupid mental breakdowns. That like Jose said, that cannot happen. Especially when you have so many vets on the field. All of those dudes have years in the NFL. When you talk about it, Eddie Jackson, like, yeah, he's new, but he got some years on him. Like in the Marlowe, like those dudes got to talk. You got to communicate. You got to know, yes, this dude knows that he's supposed to be over here. Everybody got to be on the same page, and there's too many good players for those breakdowns to happen. So, hopefully that's things they could clean up, and essentially everybody, almost damn near everybody around the league, this is their week 1 preseason game for the most part. So
Yes.
hopefully they could clean that up, and it's just a blip on the radar, because this defense has a chance to be special, especially the secondary.
Yep.
Listen, this is a mixed bag for me. I agree with everything both of these gentlemen said. So it's a mixed bag because I don't put too much pressure on Zach Orr, because it is his first game coaching, and he's going up against probably the greatest offensive mind in the game today. It's pretty hard to do. But then on the other hand, you do have a bunch of guys that have played together. Now, first game, I get it. The only thing that I really and truly have an issue with is, I don't care how long you've been a D coordinator. I don't care how many games you've coached. He seems to have fallen into that trap of John Harbaugh, no in-game adjustments. How do you get beat on the same play 9 times? That was my only issue with Zach Orr. Like, yo, switch something up, bro.
It was 3 different people too.
Switch something. Just rotate different people. That ain't helping, bro.
The first time it was
Malik.
Second time it was Rowe, and then the third time Trent Simpson got a hand on it.
But what about the other 6 times?
Well, he got beat twice, I think, with that.
They all got beat.
I think the first play was
Switch
Marlowe.
slant.
Yeah, Marlowe.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to get better. The more experience he gets, the more games he coaches in, he's going to get better. We had, like Chris said, we had the same issue with Mike McDonald. In his first year, we went through some ups and downs, and in the second year, he figured everything out and put it all together. So I'm not too concerned, because we have the veterans on his team. Yeah, I mean, we've never really worried about defense, so that's not really even a concern. They put all their assets into that side of the ball. They better do something.
Jose, did I miss you? You go.
Nah, I went already.
Chris, you started that one. You started the O-line. You hit this one.
Yeah.
So, but my thing with Orr was why was Malik out there that much at off-ball linebacker? And Blitzbacker said it the best. He said they run Simpson ragged in the preseason to hype him up for months. Then we see Malik Harrison out there.
Bruh.
Like that's the
Bruh.
perfect. That's the perfect compliment. I mean, the perfect comment.
Facts.
Yeah.
Perfect comment. Like he can't get taken out of a preseason game. And then when it's go time, Malik back there, and Malik is an edge, a first down edge, setter. He's not. He ain't what got drafted to be. We know this now. This is year 4, if I'm not mistaken, or 5 for Malik. We know he's not an off-ball linebacker. Them days for him are kaput, unless we need him, and we don't need him right now. Like what's the saying? Like we like our guys. Put Simpson out there and let him sink or swim.
Right.
Let him sink
I
or
think
swim.
he's gonna swim.
I do too. He's gonna sink a little bit, but that's gonna be the wave. Every time he sink, he's gonna go up a little bit more high. He's gonna sink a little bit and go up a little bit higher. He's gonna be better for it by learning on the fly.
Yeah.
But
You want to hear something crazy that Mike Crawford brought to my attention?
go ahead.
Harrison only played 15 snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't it feel like he was out there for like 57?
I feel like they took advantage of all 15 snaps.
I said, damn, he's because Simpson had 38 and he had 15.
Really?
And I'm like, it did not seem like that. But that's what good offenses do. They see the barbecue chicken and they're like, go get that.
Oh, say this is gonna bring up a story. Back when I was coaching back home, we had this kid, and I remember we put him in the game. We put him at safety or something. Something happened. We put him at corner. You could hear their sideline. 8's at corner. 8's at corner. So we moved him and put him at the other corner. 8 at the other corner. 8 at the other corner. Look, hey man, just come over here with us. Just come over here with us, dog.
Speaking of corner, where's Nate Wiggins?
That's what I was going to bring my next point. Nate Wiggins, 17 snaps. J. Loma Davis, 14. Why? They should never be that close. This is first round pick. First round pick supposed to play.
Yes. Yeah.
First round pick supposed to play.
And if he wasn't ready, then he should have been playing. Well, he got hurt in preseason. I guess they weren't going to play him anymore. But no, man, that's not good enough. Same thing with we were talking about Derrick Henry. Same thing for Nate Wiggins. That's just not enough.
All right. Last question. I think we closed the time. I think that's at 3:42. If my eyes can't.
We got 2 minutes.
Oh, I know they don't say no 2, but okay. Should the Ravens fan base be in panic mode, or should they just relax? And why?
I think that. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go, Chris.
I think they should relax. I mean, it's hostile environment. One of the worst environments to go into, and especially week 1. I mean, we know how hard it is to go into the defending champs. I mean, we saw that Broncos game from like a decade ago after they won the championship and dropped like 7 TDs on the Ravens. So we know that that's hostile territory. And despite all of the things that went bad, when you talk about the offensive line, the blown coverages, they were still a big toe away from possibly winning that game.
Yep.
Despite all of the stuff that went wrong.
Yep.
So I mean, was I happy that they lost? Hell no. Was I like, oh man, this is gonna be a great season? No, I was mad. But when you take a step back and you look at the whole scope of things, and you look across the landscape of the NFL, and you're like, yeah, the Ravens are in a good place. When you look at the totality of the NFL now, when it comes to when they have to go back to Arrowhead, all right, talk to me when that happens, because I don't know about that, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But as far as the totality of the season, I think they'll be fine.
I agree with Chris. You can't panic in game 1 unless you're the Panthers, and even they're not panicking. They know exactly what kind of team they are, right? They know exactly what they are. But it's week 1. It's a close game, right? They look sloppy too, and we know that we're gonna get better. And look, Lamar always keeps us in the game. It keeps us competitive down the stretch. So I'm not worried about that. But that doesn't mean we don't criticize. Like I'm going to keep criticizing them for the moves that they made. But no, I'm not panicking about the season. Not at all.
All right.
Yes, RELAX, relax. 2 words, Lamar Jackson. As long as he plays, we win. It's 1 game. Calm down.
That's it. Oh,
That's
short
it.
and sweet.
it.
Yeah, I'm with the relax thing because, like y'all said, as bad as we played, as much bad as we saw, and as much complaining we saw about the O-line and the communication issues on defense, we was a toe away, or a guy sitting down in a zone away from potentially winning the game. Because like even though we be on Harbaugh's, you know what? I think going for 2 was by far the right call.
Yeah.
In that environment, go for 2. And put the ball in 8 hands. One way or the other.
I agree. You had them the defense kind of backpedaling, a little tired, a little shell shocked.
Yep.
That's the time right there to go for 2. I think they would have gotten it.
I like got it or not. That would have been one of them times I wouldn't have criticized because to me that was the right call. In that environment, you've been kind of sort of you ain't really had a good offense, not a good offense, but something consistent all night. You just been Lamar making plays. Go for 2 and try to get that thing over with, man, because he could just make another play from 2 yards out. So when I saw him doing that, I was like, yes, the right call by far. Because they still was going to be reeling and complaining about giving it up. And you just come out there and run one of your better plays. That might have been the time to go Wildcat with Henry.
That would have been interesting.
Off topic real quick. Aaron Rodgers looks terrible.
You do?
Horrible.
8 for 13, 76 yards and an interception.
Hmm.
They are almost done with the 3rd quarter.
Mm-mm.
Not enough sage.
Right. Not enough. What that was? He
Ayahuasca.
Or still in the system, one or 2.
He thinks he's playing great.
Wait a minute. Wait. Time out. I just looked. Where is Christian McCaffrey?
He's out with a calf strain.
Son of a.
Bad time to find out.
But you don't know?
No, I didn't know. Man, he my fantasy back.
He's mine too.
I looked over there and saw this Jay Mason. Like, who is this cat?
He got a touchdown too, and 100 yards. Listen. Can you imagine the kind of offense we could run with somebody like that, with Lamar as a quarterback and a decent running back?
And keep in mind, San Francisco got 1 lineman.
I don't want to think about it.
Just the 1 lineman that just came back.
He got 1 lineman
today.
But
he's the man, though.
Ain't he though?
Yeah, he is that. Hey, before we get up out of here, I want to thank everybody that dropped super chats, that commented, that did all that. I've been putting your tally points over there, so you can check your tally points by doing exclamation point points and see where you at. You're trying to get to at least 1,000. 1,000 is a threshold to get you on the wheel at the end of the month. And at the end of the month, that stream was pretty fun to see the names pop off the wheel and see the last person standing. Last person standing this month was Ravens Talk with Yolanda. She got a gift the other day. So the more you get over 1,000, the more chances you get. So if you just get 1,000 points, you get 1 chance on the wheel. Get 2,000 points, you get 2, 3, 4, so forth. There was somebody that actually had 20 shots on the wheel, but they didn't win.
Wait a minute. Bazel didn't win?
Yeah. because his name was up there so much, it kept hitting him.
Yeah.
I know one time he hit his name like 5 straight times.
So we gotta get this guy up out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
But let the people know where they can find you one more time before we get up out of here.
You want me to start? I'll start.
Yeah, you can start. That's fine.
All right. Me and B, we are the Lunch Break Hot Take. We do a live show every Wednesday night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, we do a little post game show when time permitting. We'll do that after Ravens and Panthers game. We did one after the Panthers game. That was a bad one. That was a bad one, y'all.
I picked them to win too.
Me too, man.
I think I did too. Whoops. Okay. We'll see. Also, we do an overtime show. Okay. We talk about anything and everything, things that we miss on the show. That's on our Patreon at patreon.com/LBHT show. And you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at LBHT show. And if you're into boxing, we got a boxing podcast with our brother OTR Mike, who's not here. It is Ring Kings podcast. We haven't put anything out in a couple months, but we're going to get back into it.
Y'all, Jose, y'all doing one this weekend?
Yes, we're going to do one this weekend. That's the Canelo and Berlanga fight. I do not want my man Berlanga to go in there and get pummeled, but I also want him to get paid.
He's going to get pummeled. He's from around my way.
Yeah.
Around my way, he's gonna get his ass whooped.
He's gonna get crushed, but but you gotta do it.
It's gonna be a great payday.
Yeah, that's gonna be the biggest paycheck of his life. So I don't want to see that part of it, but I'm gonna be happy for
him. I go. You could catch me on Twitter at Chris Just Joking and at the Deep Cover Pod. We're gonna be recording tomorrow, hopefully. And that should be dropping Wednesday morning, I want to say. Yeah, Wednesday morning it should drop. So and then check out the show with me and Coach on Wednesday over at Sip to Tally.
Most definitely.
Yes, you can catch me at the Rogue Pod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, wherever you find your social media. I'm there. Also on Tuesday nights at 9:15 p.m. Myself and Jose's brother Brodney with Suge Knight on Suge Knight's channel, Suge Knight 323. We do a Steel Conspiracy where we talk Steelers and Ravens. Also, make sure to check out my channel and subscribe. I'm on the road to 5K. I'm trying to get there, and I'd appreciate y'all.
All the links are in the description. Even links to the streets. If you don't know what the streets is, that is more Sip to Tally. Coming out in the morning at about 10 o'clock on More Sip to Tally. We're going to talk about those two amazing throws from Anthony Richardson yesterday. Even though I know they lost, that's not the point. It's not the point. Those two amazing throws from Anthony Richardson, I'm going to break them down tomorrow at 10 o'clock on More Sip to Tally. So make sure you go over there and subscribe over there as well. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is week 1's episode of the Ravens Roundup. We'll see y'all week 2. So the plan is to have the call-in show after the game Sunday instead of on Monday. Because I just was doing Mondays just because it was Monday. But the plan is to have the call-in show while it's still fresh on your brain after the game Sunday. At some point after the game Sunday. Probably won't be right after the game, but at some point after the game Sunday. So that's the plan. And then if I don't find a window between everybody doing stuff, I may just keep it on Monday and have Monday to myself. So I'm gonna talk to my executive producer and see what she thinks about that. And that's how we're gonna do it. But that's all I got for y'all, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all chose to be here with us. Peace and love. Again, make sure you subscribe. Everybody's link is in the description. Get us up. And we what's the little thing say? 1 something away from 10K. I forget what the number is. It didn't flash through here a couple times. I keep forgetting to look at it. But we less than 200 away from 10K. So tell a friend to tell a friend to come subscribe.
There's 100 people still in here. Go tell somebody that you know to subscribe. Simple.
Yep. That's it.
I know y'all got friends.
Your girl got a girlfriend. She would be on like whirlwinds. No, my bad. Bars. I'm sorry. I went to my bag just then. Okay, now we out. I'm rambling now. Bye, y'all.